Here's your weather video for this Friday morning. It is April the 12th. I'm meteorologist Bill Murray, and it is my honor and pleasure to get to sit in on this Friday morning video for you for James, who's traveling up to Northern Illinois University early this morning, an early flight, heading up to speak to the lucky students and faculty there, their local American Meteorological Society meeting. So it is my honor to get to be here in the place of the great James Spann. Now, early on this Friday morning, recording this video around midnight, because I'm a night person, James more of a morning person, and I want you to have this first thing in the morning. The good news is the weather pattern is going to be calming down a lot across Alabama. We've got an interesting forecast. Most of them are, but some really nice weather setting in today, going to be with us through at least Tuesday. And the rest of the week is going to be, a warm and nice affair. This is the pattern tonight at midnight across the Great Lakes region, the Mid-Atlantic states, into the Northeast. Lots of activity going on. They've had a flash flood emergency on the western side of the Pittsburgh, PA metro area. Allegheny, Washington counties were under a flash flood emergency. Listening to the scanner from those areas, lots of reports of flooded basements, lots of reports of roads closed, some landslides. Pretty bad situation. The surface low there is now into southern Ontario. Lots of gusty winds, like we've experienced here in Alabama across a wide range of areas, especially over the southeastern United States tonight. Some severe weather. Still have a tornado watch for a small portion central Virginia tonight. We've had tornado watches today all the way from, or yesterday now, all the way from eastern Kentucky through West Virginia into Virginia. Earlier this morning in the Florida, or earlier Thursday morning in the Florida Peninsula, there were tornado watches, and also a tornado that touched down just west of St. Augustine, Florida. That was a very impressive tornado, at least on video. Still some severe thunderstorm warnings tonight in the Virginia Capes. Big severe thunderstorm warning there north of Richmond, including one of my favorite places, Ashland, Virginia. They call themselves the center of the universe. So if you wanted to know where the center of the universe was, it's, according to their own claim, it's right there in Ashland, Virginia. But you can see lots of gusty winds. Zooming out just a bit, we've had some severe thunderstorm warnings, even a tornado warning in eastern North Carolina tonight. And the SPC's been kind of watching that area. Watch unlikely in that area. The tornado watch that's continuing for, there in central Virginia, the SPC not really concerned about issuing another watch. But, we'll see what happens. Zooming out a little bit nationally, another system coming into the Pacific Northwest. Here in Alabama, we're free of the rain. Temperatures here at the midnight hour are in the 50s across the entire area. Most everybody will be in the 40s by morning. Some South Alabama locations may not get into the 40s. And then for Friday night, tonight, everybody will be in the 40s. But the good news is no frost expected across the area. Let's use the model of choice for this early Friday morning to be the GFS, showing a big trough of low pressure in the upper atmosphere over the eastern third of the United States. That's, of course, influencing our weather here, bringing in much cooler air. Ridge building over the plain states, and another system moving onto the west coast. Now, as we go through time, our trough over the east moves on out, and by Sunday morning, ridge of high pressure will be controlling the weather over most of the United States. The only exception will be the far southwest, California, where another upper low will be moving onshore. And that system will roll out into the plains. The SPC is already forecasting fairly significant outbreak of severe weather for midweek, especially there in parts of Texas and Oklahoma. And even as I mentioned, there's a new tornado warning in the southeastern Virginia Capes. I saw that pop up out of the corner of my eye. But severe weather will be likely here midweek next week. That system will roll over toward Alabama, but fortunately no severe weather for us, it looks like. Maybe some rain Tuesday night into Wednesday. And then we get into a pretty progressive pattern with some fast-moving systems as we go into the weekend and into the week. And we'll see alternating dry and wet days there for a couple of days. This is the GFS this morning for the early morning hours on Friday, the 12th, showing active weather still there in the northeast. As we go through the day here in Alabama, though, some clouds and showers just to our north, but I think we'll be total sunshine in central Alabama. A few of those high clouds might get into the northeastern part of the state. Temperatures today are going to be very, very nice. Average high around 69, middle 60s, northern half of the state, southern half of the state will get into the lower 70s. Everybody's in the 40s tonight, and early Saturday morning it'll feel quite refreshing, but at least no frost. So that's good news as we're going deeper into the growing season. Now, high temperatures on Saturday, though, are going to be quite a bit nicer. We'll see some lower 80s across south central Alabama, middle and upper 70s across the northern half of the state, and it will be an absolutely beautiful day. The Birmingham Stallions, their home opener on Saturday afternoon at Protective Stadium. It will be picture perfect with robin's egg blue skies and high temperatures around 79 degrees. Things are going to continue to warm up as we go through time. By Sunday, some locations are going to be in the 80s, calling for an average high on Sunday of 82. But as you can see, all of Alabama under the influence of high pressure, and that means another mostly sunny and perhaps cloudless day on Sunday. Now, some clouds will return by Monday, maybe even Sunday night. A little weak system tries to work its way down into Alabama. It's not going to have much success. I don't think we'll see any rain from that system. That will be limited to parts of Kentucky and Tennessee and areas to our north. This is Monday at noon, showing Alabama still dry. High temperatures will be well into the 80s on Monday. Lower and middle 80s across the northern and central part of the state. Some places across South Alabama could actually approach the upper 80s. As we go into Monday night, that system is beginning to develop there over southwestern Nebraska. Showers and thunderstorms move into Arkansas, southeastern Oklahoma. And then by Tuesday, active system will be setting up there along and west of the Mississippi River, but big ridge of subtropical high pressure to the east of Alabama protects us from that system moving much further to the east. Tuesday, looks like Tuesday will be dry. Tuesday night, a few showers may work into North Alabama. This is toward early Wednesday morning, and you can see the GFS showing showers, maybe some thunderstorms there over northwest Alabama. The good news is, though, it does not look like we will deal with any severe weather. Now, this is sort of a new fly in the ointment. We had been thinking we would get through midweek there with no rain in Alabama. That was the GFS. This is the European, and it sort of agrees with the GFS. Models in pretty good concurrence here, indicating showers, maybe some thunderstorms moving into Alabama late Tuesday night into Wednesday, but they begin to kind of fall apart and set the stage for a fairly dry day on Thursday. At least the GFS thinks so. The European predicts that there might be a few showers. As we go back to the GFS and move forward in time, here you can see 7 a.m. Thursday morning, and as we go through the day, it's mainly dry. But another system moving through the latitudes to our north will push another band of showers into Alabama Thursday night. Those showers could expand and increase in coverage on Friday, and probably a little bit of thunder. I don't think any severe weather across central Alabama Friday during the afternoon hours. That system goes ahead and slides on out of here. Remember, I said we'd kind of have alternating weather, dry on Thursday. Friday looks like wet weather Saturday back to dry. And then as we go into Sunday, another system's working its way in here. Consistent boundary across the Alabama and the South. That means more showers and perhaps a little bit of thunder on Sunday, but it does not look like we will deal with any severe weather at that time either. We get through, let's go back and kind of see what we're looking at. That continues through the early morning hours on Sunday. It's moving on out by late in the day. System being shunted down through the Gulf of Mexico for Monday. We're out in the week 2 period. This is Voodoo Land, showing a big ridge of high pressure developing over much of the eastern United States. That's going to give us some very fine weather in that week 2 period. You can see it's holding on all the way through Thursday the 25th, Friday the 26th, and you can see all the activity being shunted around that big ridge of high pressure, sort of the ring of fire effect, western edition. Another system starts to make a run at Alabama by Saturday the 27th, but it's going to have a hard time getting in here too. This is into the period there on Saturday the 22nd. These are 27th. These are temperatures off the national blend of models, calling for average high around 68, 69 today. Saturday highs will be in the upper 70s. Lower 80s return by Sunday. Will be in the lower to middle 80s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Could even top out at 86 if you believe the blend of models here. Then we fall back just a bit as we head into the weekend. The overnight lows are going to be refreshing on Saturday morning, but then they're going to turn fairly mild, slightly above normal as we go through the remainder of the week. I was going to check one little look here, and this is off of the GFS Wednesday morning, and I pulled a couple of soundings right in here just so we could just reassure ourselves no severe weather, and in fact no severe weather there. Even moving the map ahead a couple hours, you can see those showers and thunderstorms really begin to fall apart, but even in advance of them, no severe weather, so that is good news. Weather Brains is the weekly netcast that's all about weather. I'm going to miss the one Monday night, and I hate it because Heather Tesh, a legend from the Weather Channel, will join us, and we're going to talk about her career and about her podcast, which is about near-death experiences. And if you follow the show, Weather Brains, Dr. Neil Jacobs is on like his 7th or 8th life of his 9 lives because the man just is a daredevil. But I'm sure there'll be some interesting discussion about those NDEs, near-death experiences, and certainly about the illustrious career of Heather Tesh. Weather Brains, the weekly podcast about weather. We've been doing it 18 years. Always love to talk about it. It's just a blast, and you can get it wherever you consume your podcast or at weatherbrains.com. Well, that's your weather video for this Friday morning. We'll only do one video today with James up at his speaking engagement. Scott Martin will be back tomorrow to do the Saturday forecast. I'll get the chance to be back here Sunday. And until that opportunity presents itself, as I always tell you, keep an eye to the sky because you'll always have something fun to look at.